Hello, everyone. Gonna let people start coming in here, but just saying hi for people who watch us back later. Um, I'm joined by George Michael.
Hello. Hey, everyone. Who's psyched? I'm psyched. I'm looking forward to getting these books out into the world. I hope everyone's ready for some more White Widow and some more Resilient.
We're just gonna let some people join in here in just a second.
Well, yeah, if you can send me the link, I can share it out on my socials too.
Yeah, did you not get the email?
I just got the link to join.
Okay. Hey, Robert. Yeah, this is the Kickstarter edition of White Widow 7. We did not do a Kickstarter edition on it. We had it all ready, but because of the issues that we were facing, unfortunately, with um, previous Kickstarters and our distribution issues and our printing issues, this Kickstarter got delayed. So it is new in the fact that it's the Kickstarter edition, and which are 32 pages, as you know. So extra content, extra covers. And the Resilient number 2 obviously is brand new as well. And George is the author of that book. So here, let me. I think there's a way to. No, that shares slides. So I'm going to forward to you, George. I thought you were on our mailing list, so um, sorry about that. I know Jamie said that he is not going to be able to make it tonight. Um, he's just been he's traveling and he's going to be out.
Jamie, if you're watching, we love you, man.
All right. I just sent you the links, George. But welcome everyone. If you have questions, the Kickstarter is going to open just in just a few minutes. Just wanted to kind of go over a few things first. First thing is this is printing here domestically. One of the delays was we had to make sure. I don't. Obviously, you guys probably don't follow this sort of stuff because it's not entirely in the news, but you can um, obviously do some Google and find out this is the case. There have been nation and worldwide paper shortages, materials, things like a lot of the types of stuff that we do, especially the higher grade paper, the higher grade books. They just haven't had at and so now they're getting finally caught up. They've got expanded facilities down south to handle things a bit better. So we now feel comfortable that they'll be able to do a timely turnaround. So this is not going to be coming from China. So instead, it's literally a couple hours south. Um, uh, yeah, the comics unfortunately are running behind everywhere for a lot of people. Um, Obviously, gas prices have greatly impacted the shipping and the material costs and everything. So this has made it a challenge, not just for us, but a lot of people. It happens to hit us especially hard because we do not do the cheap. Like we could have switched to the cheap paper and maybe been out, but we looked at it and it was like it'd be like printing on tissue paper, and we don't think that that represents our brand. So, um, but yeah, here let me. I'm gonna post here. We're gonna go live in just a second. Um, going over to the
I'm
Kickstarter.
excited. It's going to be awesome. For those people watching and you're not familiar with the Resilient, Resilient is a story about a judo teacher that loses her arms in a demining expedition in Cambodia. And she gets cybernetic prosthetics that she controls with her eye movements through her glasses. Her husband has a sordid past. It catches up to him, and it's up to her to take her arms, take her katana, and go rescue her man. So lots of kung fu action, lots of fun. It takes place in the Absolute Comics universe, so definitely check this one out if you missed it when it was partnered with I Make Boys Cry issue 2. I think it's a good book. I might be a little biased, but it's pretty fun, and we've got some.
He's very biased. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. I actually I want to let everyone know. Unfortunately, you'll hear a little bit of a catch in my throat. They we just got back from what was it,
MegaCon,
which was really good, but unfortunately I don't know if it was there that I caught a bug or Jenna was out sick last week, so may have gotten from her or the kids or who knows, but thankfully I got through the convention, but it kind of hit me yesterday. We had hoped to launch yesterday, but we needed to get some stuff done on that. 1 second, I'm on the site about to launch. If you guys can, I really appreciate it if you can share. We really, on this one, we need you guys' support. It's been a bit of a struggle. We did not have a great past couple years. It hit us extremely hard. We did everything we could, and we're ready now, built back up, and we're ready to get going. And we hope you guys are here with us. So any support, you're waiting on the prints. Yeah, the prints are all printed. Someone's we had a print sale. The prints are all printed. I know I personally delivered them. Roxy was with us at the convention. She's who handles fulfillment. So she was out yesterday and today. So they should go out probably tomorrow, Robert. So yeah, you'll definitely get your prints. So they were done technically before, but about half of them had little blue dots at the printer, so they had to go back to print. And I picked those up. When did the convention start? Was it
Thursday? It was a 4-dayer.
Yeah. So I picked them up Wednesday morning, and dropped them off at the warehouse. So, but here we go. I'm going to be launching the Kickstarter now. We don't have. Let's see.
You can do a countdown. You gotta do a countdown.
It's live. I suck.
All right, go.
Cheers.
All right.
There's
guys. Sharing is caring. So definitely let your Facebook and Instagram friends and family know that this book is out there.
Yeah. So, and also, hold on, let's see. I'm going to kind of go through these images, do a screen share.
Let's see these covers.
Let's see. Share screen. That one. Okay. So you guys have obviously seen this one. This was the retail edition. We were, like I said, we were trying to get things on track, and our goal had been to do one every other month. But unfortunately, with the printer got behind. on issue 6, and then they got behind on I Make Boys Cry. Adam, yes, this is gonna there's not going to be a cameo this time. We're doing a fairly easy, simple, truncated one. This is the goal with this is timeline. We'll run this for 30 days. Towards the end, about a week towards the end, we should have enough correct numbers. The printer, these are all done. The books are all done. The interiors. So we'll send a week before this ends to the printer. The printer has said that they will get it to us within 3 weeks. Excuse me. They used to claim 2 weeks. So the goal is for us to get this in 3 weeks. So 1 week from the end, and then it takes Kickstarter holds our money for basically 2 weeks to allow for processing and all that sort of stuff. We'll have the backer kit ready and up. And so by the time the backer kit launches 2 weeks after the end, we'll have the books in. So we can begin immediate distribution. So that is the goal. We've not taken 2 years on any of our comics. The only thing that's taken an inordinate amount of time has been the book, which is still in China because they lost the book, unfortunately. But I have received pictures. I'll be doing updates on that, showing that they're in assembly finally. So again, this is not from China. And the reason why we're finally doing this now is that the printer has confirmed that they are ready and will be doing this in a timely manner.
Yes, so, made in America.
Yeah. So this was the first retail edition by Dominic Glover. It's a $5 book. This is our $10 book. This doesn't really do it justice, but this is a metallic ink. Interesting thing on the metallic inks, the metallic ink costs are now about the same as metal costs. Just to give you guys an idea, like this, we used to be able to get the metallic inks when we got sufficient quantity to do them for retail editions. We were able to get them low enough to be able to, do a $10 version and still make money. Not a lot of money, but I mean, because they've always been expensive. Now they're insanely expensive. I just printed some stuff, and they cost almost as much as a metal. So that gives you an idea. When we say that the paper has gone through a drastic change, that's just a perfect example.
All right. So the first cover was by
Dominic Glover.
Yep.
This is Jamie Tyndall.
Jamie Tyndall with the wraparound. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Then we've got Ebass. This is the lenticular. It's Ebass with colors by Sabine Wrench.
That's gorgeous.
Then here's my cover. This is going to be a foil. We're trying to do a pinkish foil, which we haven't ever done that color. So I wanted to do it. It kind of matched her kimono. To remind you guys the story is that she has, in issue 7, gone back to her mother's family in Tokyo to check in on them, to make sure that they're safe. So thus you'll see a lot of Japanese imagery in these covers. Then here is another wraparound foil cover. Be either black or silver foil. We're trying to see what they have exactly. He's putting that the printer's putting that together now, but it's by Jamie Tyndall. It's a gorgeous cover of White Widow leaping. It looks like an old parchment type of thing. Then we've got this is a new artist to us on White Widow, but they did actually the cover for Darkon #3, the A cover. So this is Felix Icarus. What's funny is he had done this cover just for fun, and we saw it and we were like, "Hey, can we print that?" So it'll have a gold foil. Then we've got by Vanessa Talentino, who is an amazing up and coming artist as well, with a red foil. She did the entire thing, start to finish, color, everything. Very anime inspired art. Then we've got another Jamie Tyndall cover. This is a stealth suit, almost like a ninja.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. She's in
Yeah.
a garden in the background there, like a Japanese garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we've got another. Now this is a new artist. I believe it's from Art Germ Studio. So she's an up and coming artist. We're one of her first covers, Lyrics.
Lyrics. Yeah.
Then now this next one's a bit interesting because we've never done anything like this before. This is a cosplay cover, kind of. This is body paint. So she completely painted this entire thing on her body. She's an Asian TikTok cosplayer. So that'll be another foil cover. We think she did an amazing job. It blew us away. We're like, oh, this has to be a cover, not just something inside, but it deserves that. Then we've got a guy you may have seen if you're on TikTok a lot. He's pretty big up there. Kill Bow Arts. So he did a cover for us. This is one of two. This is a gold foil. Next up, these aren't all of the names. I found more names, so I've got to re-render this. But this is a Randy Green. If you see the background, that's Tokyo. In the background, the silhouette of Tokyo, and it has the name of all of the creators who have worked with us at Absolute, including George. Excuse me.
Yes. So. Yeah, this is a super fun one to get signed, right, guys? Like you go to a show and you might, run into, 5, 10, 20 of these different artists.
Absolutely. Then
we're coming up on 1,000 here. We just passed $1,000.
Yes.
Yeah, right on. If you guys can share this out there, like share the live stream, share the Kickstarter. That's sharing is caring, right? Let's get the word out on this.
Yes, we absolutely appreciate it. Cheers. We've got next up is now we made a mistake in not doing more of these. We didn't realize just how popular they were. The SketchUps. That was a complaint we got a lot of, that we didn't have a lot of SketchUps in the previous ones. I think we had one last time and none for issue 5. So this is a Jason Metcalf SketchUp featuring Blood Widow. And again, this is finally someone's asking about tiers. Okay, so the way this works, if you look through all the covers on the Kickstarter, it'll tell you how much the add-on price is, and which is also the price that it is. So for instance, the Jamie cover is $20. So you literally would just pick, if you want just that cover, you would pick the Venti #7. It's $20. And you would get your choice of $20 comic, which you'll pick and select that in backer kit. And then if you wanted to add more covers, you just add more covers. Now, another thing I should bring up, you'll notice that shipping is not included, which we say this throughout the thing. The reason for this is Kickstarter was overcharging by a lot, almost everybody for shipping. And so Jenna, on the last two, it took forever for her to go in and fix everyone's shipping. So what we've done is we've alerted everyone on this. Shipping will be managed in backer kit. Okay, so you will need to still add for shipping, but it will be accurate shipping. So this wasn't a way for us to trick anyone. This is a way. This is a way for us to stop you guys from getting overcharged, because we don't want to make a dime on shipping. Okay. The Mega Baller, I'll get to that in a second. So we've got a couple of the high tiers, since some of you guys are wanting to jump ahead. So if you want all of the Resilient issue 1 and 2, that's tier 19. If you just want Resilient, and it comes with a issue 7 of White Widow digital, that would be $400. If you want all of just White Widow, that's $500. Okay, that's all 24 covers. And if you want all of this everything, Resilient and White Widow, which again, they are part of the same universe, so they will end up crossing over. It's a over $1,250 value. You get everything. So,
and if you already have all of Resilient number 1 and you just want Resilient number 2, you can get all 6 covers that we have, including a medal. There's 3 Kickstarter exclusives and then 3 retail ones. It's $150.
Right. So, the Mega Baller is the biggest discount by far, because you're in essence getting all 24 covers of White Widow and all 6 covers of Resilient. That's 30 covers, 5 medals. Which, as you know, the medals are $100 each, so it's like you're getting the remaining 25 books for just $100 more than just the medals. So it's really a no-brainer to go ahead and do the Mega Baller. So that is everything. Also, I should point out, we will be tying some of the push goals to tier levels. Thanks, Alan. So, for instance, as we unlock push goals, some push goals may only be in the Mega Baller. So there will be more stuff added, which you've seen us do before. All tiers will get stuff, but we've done this before where the top tiers get even more. So we'll surprise you guys with that. We've got some awesome stuff. So continuing through the covers, we have John Royal has a SketchUp cover.
Those are so much fun. Like if you want to go to a convention, instead of getting a remark, which is kind of just small on the existing cover, you have the SketchUp, and they can do a little bit bigger job there. And it's I just love SketchUp covers.
Yeah. I've started doing SketchUp covers as well. So we've got next up. Now we're starting. Oh shoot! I put this. This isn't out of order. I'll have to come back to that. All right. So now that we've got to the Virgin covers, Jenna pulled out all the stops. Her and Cece De La Cruz did an amazing set of 2 different variants. This is White Widow with Jenna and Cece. um, in kimono in the cherry blossoms, and then you got Blood Widow. So yeah, I mean these are gorgeous. They're not metallic because we don't want to detract from the art itself. We wanted to have high grade paper, gloss paper, and let these stand on their own because they're just so gorgeous.
Those are beautiful, and they go nice together.
Yeah.
Get them as a set.
Um, and then the last virgin, just pure virgin, is the Jamie Tyndall. We call it Tokyo Protector, which again, just it looks uh, completely amazing. Jamie does such awesome work. Um, then we've got this is where we have only 3 metallic inks. So we've got a wraparound metallic ink, Virgin by Jamie. We have the Linux Naughty Naughty metallic with battle damage. And again, this is the Art Germ Studio Girl. And this Kilbo Arts. And again, another metallic. So,
Are we creeping up to $3,000? My numbers are in Canadian, so I can't tell. But we're creeping up on $3,000 now.
Yep. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying.
And he's got a little bit of that con crud on him.
Yeah, it's flu, unfortunately. So yay. Now we're hold on, let me go back to because they're out of order. So this is our first medal for White Widow, and it's a Jamie Tyndall, absolutely stunning. I honestly this is one of the best medals I think we've ever done. It's sexy and gorgeous, and I can't wait to see it printed. So you got to get that one. Then I did the samurai one. I did not want to cover up the background, so I wanted to keep it as a virgin. I've never had, believe it or not, any of my art as a Kickstarter medal.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. This is a great cover.
So yeah, I wanted to be a little selfish and have, for the first time, a medal for Kickstarter. So then this is another Felix.
Yeah, that's gonna look so cool too in metal, like with the highlights are gonna hit the light, and it's gonna look gorgeous.
Yeah, and then last up we have this is Shikari battle damage, as you can see in with Tokyo lights in the background. It's a little hard to see, but down along the bottom are like spiders just like in the foreground, just jumping off. He does such amazing work. He's done several covers for us. I think he did the Resilient one last issue, last Kickstarter, and this one he's got several more that he's working on. So, and he's becoming pretty popular. So those are the White Widow. And now while I do that, I will be pulling up the covers.
So guys, if you're unfamiliar with Resilient, I do want to let you know that the book's getting really great reviews. We actually won some awards for it. Issue number 1, if you can see that right there, we won Best Comic Book from Sequential Magazine, which was pretty cool. They sent me this award in the mail, which I was psyched about. Yeah, it's a cool book, and like if you like action kind of kung fu movies, you're gonna dig this. It's a story about like picking yourself up when you get knocked down, essentially. So there's, in addition to the kung fu, there's a lot of heart in it. I wanted to tell a story about recovering from a major injury because I broke my back in 2014, and I don't really like slow moving dramas. I wanted to put that in like my favorite genre, which is like an action movie type setting. So that's what you get with Resilient is you get a woman that is tough as nails. And in issue 2, you're going to see her, struggle with her situation of like being a double amputee. And you're going to start to root for this girl, I think, for sure. She's named after my wife, Jolanda, one of the most badass women I know. And I think you're going to love this character. So yeah, if you haven't tried Resilient yet, if you've only been buying the White Widow books, I encourage you guys to check it out. You can get both issues 1 and 2 on this Kickstarter.
Absolutely. And we're very proud of it. Like you said, it actually is our first official award-winning. Alan just said it's the best cover already seen on White Widow. I appreciate it. Yeah, we worked really hard to we're looking at this as kind of a relaunch. So we wanted to definitely, we didn't want anything, just inconsistent or anything like that. We wanted to give you guys a huge bang for your buck. 24 covers, and you can get all 24 of those and all 6 of Resilient for just 600. I think that's very affordable. Here in George, Michael just had a question about Resilient. How much PTSD is going to be in Resilient?
Yeah, so she's struggling with her situation, and part of this is also based on like my own personal story. In addition to breaking my back, when I was 15 years old, I actually was diagnosed with pericarditis, which is like an inflammation of the peridium around the heart sac, essentially, and it puts a lot of pressure on your heart. And I was flown by helicopter to Vancouver Children's Hospital and had emergency surgery, and left in isolation by myself for weeks. So I got knocked down pretty hard there, and I remember struggling to like get out of bed. And so I had all this kind of like pent up like emotions from, this was, even though it was 25 years ago, something that I wanted to talk about. And so you're going to see this character struggle with her situation and her relationship with her husband, because this is a married superhero too. It's very complicated because he's got some demons of his own, and the way that they kind of try and help each other and work things through, it's not always pretty. It's not always, it's things get a little tense, and I think you'll love them for their faults, so there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of trauma involved in the situation that she's gone through, but this girl is tough as nails, and you're gonna see that. So this cover that's on the screen right now is by our series artist, Vince Altabanis. Vince is an incredible talent. You've probably seen his work all over. He's done like the Aliens board games. He's worked on The Crow before, Lady Death and Zenoscope stuff. He's our series artist, so he does all the interiors. And also from Sequential Magazine, he won favorite artist for Resilient issue number 1. So this is his cover. This is the A cover, the $5 cover.
Definitely. Joaquin.
And what you're seeing on this cover is her transformation, right? So the character in the background there is Jolanda before she loses her arms, and then on the ground in the foreground is when she has lost her arms, and then the third is the final step of her transformation, her kind of standing triumphantly with her badass pink mecha arms.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Vince is a great artist. This is, like you said, the interior artist. So, uh, hold on. I'm trying to get something going. But this is the interior artist. So, this is the level of art you can expect inside. Yeah, we talked about the collection. Um, someone was asking. The collected books will be updating on those here shortly. We just got some images, so I'll be making a post on that. They are in assembly, so they are coming. You know, it's hard to really deal with stuff overseas. That's why we're printing these here domestically. Joaquin was asking about signatures. Uh, as usual, like for CBCS, um, CBCS will still be getting Jenna, Jamie, and myself. Um, uh, uh, I don't know if when these print when am I going to? Depends on where George is in Canada, so it'll depend on if when I don't remember when. What's your convention schedule?
I'm in Arizona in July, and I'm in San Francisco in November, and Toronto in August. So I'm out there.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be. He just was here in MegaCon, unfortunately. So and it's going to be a while before we hook up with him to get signatures. So these probably will not have signatures on them for the Resilient CBCS of George. But again, I'm the editor, and Jenna's the other editor as well. So our publisher and editor, I should say. So we will be on these and able to sign. Um, so, uh,
So we're just about 2/3 of the way to our goal. Be amazing to hit this goal within the first hour here, guys. So if you can share this out and let people know that this Kickstarter has just launched, that'd be amazing.
all right. Let me show the next cover. This will be the foil cover, the $10 cover.
Yeah, this one's done by Andy Belanger. Andy used to work on Swamp Thing. He's got his current Mother Trucker series right now. He's also working on Psycho Gorman. Andy's one of the coolest people I know in comics. He's a professional artist by day, and then pro wrestler by night. Bob the Animal Anger is his wrestling name. He's amazing. He did the lenticular for the first issue as well. And I'm hoping to get Andy on to do one cover per issue. So if you want to try and collect those covers, definitely pick this one up.
Next up is, now this is a animated lenticular, so you can kind of see battle damage, and then the background will shift, as will the logo. So this will be another lenticular. If you haven't seen our lenticulars, they're really cool.
They're amazing. They're like it's just so much fun. It just reminds me of like 90s like awesome coolness. And it's like stuff that I kind of miss. And Absolute is one of the few publishers that is doing these. So yeah, definitely pick these up. This is done by Mystic Arts. She's an incredible talent from Serbia, and she's a manga style artist. I have a series called Hybrid Force that we do together, and she was kind enough to do a cover for Resilient. And it's kind of inspired by Ghost in the Shell, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up is a really fun. It's a unique parody cover. Now this is also going to be a foil cover. This is one of only 3 Kickstarter editions. So I'll let you talk about this.
Yeah, we only have 3 exclusive Kickstarter variants for Resilient issue 2. This is the Ali Garza cover. Ali's incredible talent, man. Known for working on Supergirl and Batgirl and Teen Titans and Deadpool. Huge fan of his work. I've met him a few times, and yeah, he's an amazing guy. And so Ali, he did the Rosie Riveter cover for issue 1, and so my thought was like, let's continue with Ali making covers for Resilient that are inspired by badass, powerful female characters. And so this is Cat in this pose from Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, but this time we've got Jolanda, and then Benny's gone ahead and like matched the fonts like perfectly and recreated this movie poster, and I think this cover just turned out amazing. Yeah.
Something also to kind of let you guys know on this, as someone was just saying, it won't let you pick your choice. You pick exactly which cover you want on your tier. You'll be able to pick it in BackerKit. And even if you change your mind, it doesn't matter. So you can sit there and say, I want 6 different $10 covers or 6 different $20 covers or whatever it is. The final pick will be done in BackerKit. The way it works is it ports over all of your money, and then you will select with images and everything exactly what you want. And then if you want to do add-ons like CBCS, everything, BackerKit is, someone was just asking, what is BackerKit? BackerKit is, it's a fulfillment software. It's a separate company. It's a separate company that handles this for pretty much all the big guys like Lady Death on down. Use BackerKit because it's a very powerful software. For one thing, it more accurately calculates your shipping. It helps us as well with tracking, as well as it feeds into something we use called ShipStation for shipping, to manage and stuff. No, it's all done on the web. So what'll happen is at 2 weeks after the Kickstarter ends, that's when they release to us, and that's when BackerKit goes live. We'll send you from BackerKit. BackerKit will send you a notice. We'll also let you know in the Kickstarter that it's live. Whatever your email is that you use on Kickstarter is the same email you use there, and you just simply log in and fill everything out there and make your selections. So it's pretty painless. That way it's not very confusing. Everything is accurate and super easy. Arrow was asking if we want real 90s stuff, we need more chrome covers. Yeah, the chrome covers have gotten extremely expensive. That's what we call metallic ink. Someone asked, will Jenna be able to sign the kimono variants? Yes, Jenna will sign her own covers on that.
One more note on this Ali Garza cover is it's my hope to have Ali kind of continue on with these themed kind of strong female characters from history. So the first one was Rosie Riveter that he did, which is, of course, We Can Do It, from like the 1930s and 40s. And then this is from Cat on a Hot Tin Roof from the 1950s. So then issue 3 would be a character from the 1960s. And so it'll be fun to kind of collect these Ali Garza variants for Resilience. Hopefully I can snag Ali again. He's a pretty busy guy, but I think we can maybe get him.
Michael was asking, how do the events in Resilient affect main White Widow universe as a whole? Can you tease about the resources she has? Their arms that give her an advantage against the antagonists. Well, as far as all of the Absolute books, so if it's got an A on it, it's part of the same universe. We've already explained before that she was actually trained. So she got a lot of her training early on in I Make Boys Cry. She went to the same to one of the outlet schools and was a potential to recruit into Alpha Squad, but she left. She fell in love, left, etc. So there's a connection there. Also, if you know our other series, Amped, there's a connection there with where these arms come, the technology for these arms come from. So, and then we'll start seeing her eventually crossing over into the other various series. But for the first like 6 issues or so, she's got a story that really needs to be told separate. And I'll let you speak a little bit more on that, George.
Yeah, the first 5 issues are her origin story, and you're gonna see who this character is, and hopefully you're gonna fall in love with her and really be rooting for her. And we're gonna plant some hints and some kind of Easter eggs to the wider Absolute Comics universe. But issue 6 is when it's gonna really kind of blow up, and she's gonna really get integrated into the rest of the world. So check out her origin story before she's a major player interacting with these other characters.
Right. Sorry, someone was asking a question on Kickstarter, the one we had answered here. So yeah, we've got 44 backers. That's awesome. We're up to 44 backers. We're almost closing in on 4,000. Again, our initial goal is 5,000. Obviously, we want to hit way over that, but it'd be nice.
Let's see if we can do it in the first hour here, guys. We're at like what, 45 minutes or so?
About a little over 30 minutes right now.
Oh, there you go. So we can do it. Again, guys, sharing is caring. If you're watching along, feel free to share this out on your socials and help us get a few more views on this, because we want to launch strong on this. I was actually traveling all day today, so I wasn't really able to promote this as hard as I would have loved to, but I just got home literally like half an hour before this broadcast from MegaCon. This cover I'm super psyched about. This guy is an incredible talent. His name is Colin Turnbull. Colin, he did our metal cover for issue 1 in the bikini, and this cover is a SketchUp cover, which is great for if you're gonna go to convention, get a sketch done on it. Maybe get White Widow with Jolanda here. That'd be fun, right? Like, there's so many things you can do with this. So I'm super psyched with this cover, and I hope you guys will pick this one up too.
Absolutely. And this is the first of the SketchUp covers for Resilient. So for those of you who like first things, this is the first. So yeah, we thought this was awesome. And then last, I'll let you.
Yes, this is our metal cover by Sean Forney. It's kind of a homage cover to the Wolverine and Lady Death cover. It's super fun. You got our girl Jolanda, in a bikini, and Daisy Dukes, fighting a villain. It's it's sweet. I think that blue background is gonna pop too when with the metal cover, when you twist it, and it's gonna catch the light. I'm super excited about this one.
Yeah. And again, we try to have the sexier covers be the metals. So this one we thought was definitely the sexiest. sexiest one. It is an homage cover to a famous Wolverine versus Lady Deathstrike by Silvestri. That's why I don't know if you can see, but down here underneath the paper it says after Silvestri. So yeah, those are all the covers. We are getting really close.
Yeah, Sean Forney, who did that cover, is incredible talent. He does Scarlet Huntress, and he's an awesome guy. I've worked with him a lot on. He does a lot of colors for as well as being an artist. He's also a colorist, and yeah, I love his stuff. Nicest dude you could meet. So, and he hits the convention circuit quite a bit too. So. If you pick up the metal, you could see him out and get him to sign it. That'd be awesome.
Yes. Sorry, I wanted to. Everyone keeps asking about the tiers, so I needed to. Jeez, sorry about that. Needed to explain to people on the Kickstarter. But where are we?
Yeah, let's get into the tiers. Let's talk about it. So a lot of these tiers, right? You pledge an amount and then you pick what book you want kind of later. Right. So if you want a $20 book, you pledge $20 and you choose your $20 book later. If you want a $40 book, you choose that later.
Right. The only real dedicated are the first two with just the digital. Then we play around with words like fivers. So that means, for instance, retail A is $5 for White Widow. Resilient A number 2A is $5, and Resilient 1A is $5. So you can pick any one. And then if you want to add on anything, you can add on from there. Okay. And then dual digitals, it just means both digitals. Hamiltons, that means any $10 book. So for instance, the Resilient 1B, the Resilient 2B, and the White Widow 7B cover.
Who's on the Canadian $10? Is it Diefenbaker? I think it's Diefenbaker, but it would be more like $12. So it'd be like a Diefenbaker and a Toonie.
Well, here it's just a Hamilton. We just like playing with weird words. Here's our friend from Second Street Marvel saying hi. If you guys get a chance, definitely check him out on YouTube. He has an awesome. He's a true fan. You get a lot of guys out there who do their podcasts or videos based on comics, and you can tell that they're not really readers; they're just speculators at most. But that guy is definitely a real reader, a real fan of the medium, and he's been very supportive of us, and we truly appreciate him. David just was saying, hey, he's stopping by to check out the new stuff. Thanks. David's another one of our good friends and backers.
I do want to correct myself really quick. It's not Diefenbaker. It's John A. Macdonald, the first Prime Minister of Canada, on the 10. I should probably know that.
Well, I don't know it. So, by the way, we missed this earlier. Joaquin was letting us know that we got his pledge, and now he has to sell an organ or two so he can afford the CPCS. But don't worry about him; they're not his. We don't ask. You don't have to tell. The next pledge level is Venti, which it's a little bit of an insight. Venti means 20 in Italian, and it's a absolute joke for anyone who is a Starbucks person. I personally hate the whole tall, grande, and venti. I literally just go in and ask for a large. I refuse to use. So that's my little making fun of them. But basically, any one of the $20 books, which there are a lot, the $20 books are the biggest category by far because you've got the lenticular, you've got covers D all the way through N. So yeah, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different $20 ones in White Widow. You got 2 different ones in Resilient number 2. You got the, or no, 3 ones. Sorry. Yeah. You got the lenticular, the tin roof, and the SketchUp. And then you've got the lenticular and the foil in the number ones.
Also, can you go back down to that? I love that Ed Benes cover, man. That was such a joy for me to be able to work with that artist. I've been a fan of his. Yeah, right there with the. If you guys haven't seen that before, if you didn't back the previous Kickstarter, this is Ed Benes from Birds of Prey, Justice League. I was lucky enough to work with him. Super psyched about that. And yeah, he did that cover, and then he also did the brushed aluminum metal cover, which is down at the bottom there too, which we put off fire background there, and that's colored by Sanju. So yeah, and the bikini one, that's by Colin Turnbull, incredible up and coming artist. Definitely check him out as well. Actually, I've got. Sorry, go on. This is pretty fun. The original Ed Benes up in my office. In case anyone's wondering, this picture behind me here, that's me and Stan Lee. It's not me and my grandpa.
You wish. So all right, we're coming up on 4,100. It looks like.
Ooh, we're getting close. That's 90%. I think it's 90% of the way there. I'm drinking. I'm celebrating.
So 4,280 actually we just jumped up to. So it'd be nice if we can hit it within the next 15 minutes. It'll be within the first hour.
Awesome. Yeah, guys.
Stan Lee is everyone's comics grandpa. Yes,
kind of, right?
I'll be honest with you. I in what's that movie? Into the Spider-Verse. I tear up every time the Stan Lee scene comes on. I'm like, it's like I just tell everyone I'm cutting onions because, yeah.
I actually read online that Marvel like kind of worked out some sort of deal with his estate, and they're going to be having cameos return. That's the rumor, anyways. And I heard that he filmed like a bunch of cameos in the last few years of his life that have not been released yet. So I welcome them. I welcome them bringing back,
as long as they don't digitally do like with Carrie Fisher and stuff. I don't necessarily want to see a digital Stan. You know
what though? I bet you if you asked Stan, he would have been like, hell yeah, digitally put me in movies forever.
Yeah, he might have, but
he was the king of the cameo.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know.
So one thing I was kind of wondering if we could talk about, Benny, was so White Widow is going to Japan to check on her grandparents in this one. You've been to Japan. I'm wondering if you can kind of talk about like what is in this issue and like we're finally seeing Blood Widow, like, kind of what's happening in this issue.
Yeah, this is so if I can. It's sorry. It's being
It's a wraparound sketch cover.
Yeah. Hold on. Someone's got a question for us. Is White Widow going to get her own headquarters? Well, right now she's a student, or was. Right now she's kind of on the run. So, um, she's not. She doesn't have a lot of resources. Her friend Regina, her friend Regina has a lot of money, and her family, on both sides, have a lot of money. But she herself, she's an orphan now, and not a lot of resources. So, and she's trying to hide from the group that's after her. So, but as far as this issue, you can see they're flying to Japan, and we get to see her meeting her family, and that interaction, and then Blood Widow shows up, and we can see.
That's crazy. Look at that. She's just like stabbing that guy with her tentacles.
Yeah, so Blood Widow, we haven't fully explained. Blood Widow literally drains the blood out of her victims. So those hypodermics at the end of her tentacles that she produces are draining blood. That's why she's called Blood Widow. Isn't just a color. It isn't. It is legitimately what she is. So she sucks the life out of them. And yeah.
Ooh, we're getting close, man. I'm looking at this Kickstarter tally. We're getting real close. Oh, we're just about there.
We're we're $18 away from
$18 away. Who's going to be the one to push us over? If you're the one to push us over, make sure you comment, and we'll shout you out for sure.
Yeah, because if we hit 18, actually, if we hit the $18, if we hit the 5,000, then that'll be within 45 minutes.
Nice.
Oh, there we go.
Hey! Woo!
So, George, if you want to talk for a minute, I'm going to type a thank you on the update.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got funded in 45 minutes. That's amazing, guys. Thanks for coming out and showing your support to the Absolute Comics universe. I'm super psyched to be working with Benny and with Jamie, and having Jolanda and Resilient be part of this universe. Yeah, I'm stoked, man. I got my Jolanda shirt on right now. That's the Ed Bennis cover. Yeah, we're over the moon. This is amazing, man. $5,000 in 45 minutes. Thanks for showing your support. Thanks for coming out for this publisher. I know they've been, some things have been delayed before, but we're looking to fulfill on a regular basis and get your books out to you. So thank you for showing up for us, and for supporting Absolute Comics Group. I know that I Make Boys Cry 3 and White Widow 8 are deep into development, and Resilient issue 3 is done as well. So we're looking to fulfill these books and get them to you, and then continue releasing on a regular schedule. So thank you so much for your support, everyone.
Let's see. Thanks a lot, David. Arrow was making a joke about his ex. I knew someone was. being a bloodsucker. I knew someone would make that joke. Thanks, Philip. We appreciate you. We appreciate everyone, all of our supporters. You all mean the absolute world to us. We've had a hell of a year, past couple of years actually, and we no one could have predicted the effects of everything and the dominoes that would fall, but we weathered it. We got through and we're on the other side now, and we can just continue to move forward because um, that's what matters is going forward and what we do from here. So we absolutely appreciate all of you. You are a big reason for why we do this. All of the money, the money that goes into the Kickstarters, we're not getting rich. Like even when we made 100 grand, that money was used for development. I'm not in a mansion. I'm not in driving a Maserati or anything. I have a van down by the river. No, but I just our whole thing is to create, and we love that you guys enjoy this. Issue 8 is done. Issue 3 of I Make Boys Cry is done. We're just waiting on a few covers on both of those. So those books will be coming out after we fulfill this. So it behooves us to get these done quickly. That's the thing. So you guys have to understand, it does us no good for these to be slow. And unfortunately we're at the whims of the world sometimes. But we feel like we're confident that this should be a very quick process, and that's what we're seeing. So we can boom, get this in, get it out, and get on with it. That's another reason why we have these being such. We don't want to sit there and have $1,000 plus tiers. Even though it's over $1,000 worth of product, if you bought it individually, the $600 tier, if you're not on it, that is the tier, in my opinion, to get on. I can tell you there will be bonuses and bonus items that will unlock as we unlock, that only the top tier or tiers will receive. So you're gonna want to be on there. There's rewards for being a top backer, and we appreciate all backers of all sizes. So we will definitely have rewards for everyone, but that's the case there. Going through, let's finish up real quick the tiers, just in case you guys have any questions. The Get Sketchy, that's all of the sketch covers from Resilient 1, Resilient 2, and White Widow 7. The reading copies, this is a big one. This is our A covers of everything since the beginning. So
that's awesome, man. Like that's a great value there to get just so much content. If you're just into like reading books, like get in there and get like the whole universe in one swoop.
Well, not the whole universe, but the parts that have crossed over with White Widow, definitely. So you got White Widow 1 through 7, I Make Boys Cry 1 and 2, Darkon 1 through 3, Dual Identity 1 through 3, and then Resilient 1 and 2. So it's a good set. It looks like 2 of you already added that. Then we got the retail set. So that's all of the retail issues, A through C. of Resilient 1, 2, and White Widow 7. Then you got the Total Virgins. So you got both Jenna's covers and Jamie's cover. Alan was just saying congrats. Thank you, Alan. Choice of any metal cover, plus both digital comics. So the 100, obviously there are 5 metals in this. So you can select any one of the 5 metals. Plus you'll get digital. The full foils, there are a lot of foil books in this campaign. The current Resilient, the full current. So this is,
if you already have Resilient number 1 and you
Yeah.
want to get Resilient number 2, and that's all you're interested in, this is the one for you.
right. Then you've got the full digital library for those who want the complete digital library of everything, which is all the titles. So you're talking Amped, Dual Identity, Darkon, Katrina, Markiplier, First Defense, Shadow Children, Magica, White Widow, I Make Boys Cry, Resilient, obviously, Wayward Sons, Wayward Legends, and I'm forgetting 1 or 2 titles, but that's a lot of books. So you can get a lot of books digitally that way.
Yeah, if you're like flying to Australia and you want to get some reading content, download those, and you'll be good. You'll be good.
Yes, Alan was asking, does he get all digital titles with a Mega Baller? Absolutely. So that's another thing. So not only are you getting which by the way, that the full digital library is like a $260, $270 worth. If they were $5 each, that's how much content you're getting. So that's a discount, big, huge discount. And yet you're also getting that with, as you can see right here on the Mega Baller, the complete digital library. That's the first thing listed. So you're getting, it's like for the price of 5 metals and plus $100, you're getting 25 other books and the complete digital library. So it's easily over $1,250 in value.
And you can legit call yourself a Mega Baller.
Yes.
Just to be able to call yourself that's worth $600 alone.
And then we've got the Metallic Virgins 2. So these are all the Metallic Virgins. So you get the Metallic Virgins, the regular versions, plus reading copies of White Widow 7A, 7B, Resilient 1A, 1B, and Resilient 2A, plus the digital, both digitals from this. So that's, basically that's, you're going to get all 3 of these covers, all 3 of these covers. You're going to get the A and B cover, these 2. And you're going to get from Resilient, you'll get,
I think,
the first one. Yeah. And from issue 1, these 2. So, that's a really good deal for $200 on that. Then Complete Resilient, again, that's all the issue 1 and all the issue 2.
Can we blast through the Resilient issue 1 covers just real quick?
Sure.
All right. So we got cover A is by Vince Altabanis. He's our series artist. Cover B, the middle one there in the yellow, that's the Rosie Riveter homage cover by Ali Garza. Cover C is Lenticular by Andy Belanger. Cover D is by a fantastic new talent called, his name is Chris Brooks Morris. E is by Ed Bennis with the moon background. Then you got the blank cover. And then you have the Karate Kick, I think it's called Roundhouse by Mystic Arts. And then the next one is called TKO by the Chamba. I love saying his name, the Chamba. He's an artist from Australia. He worked on Avengers. Incredible talent, and that's a Virgin cover as well. And then we got our two medals, one by Colin Turnbull in the bikini, and then one by legendary artist Ed Bennis.
Yeah, and these are running out. So these were already printed, all the number ones. So we overprinted because we believed in this, but once they run out, they're out. So definitely want to, and it is a legit award-winning series. And then we've got, if you want just White Widow 7, it's $500, but for $100 more, you get all of Resilient number 2, excuse me, and the complete digital. So, might as well. It's basically like adding the metal from Resilient and getting all of these great covers for free, plus all the digitals for free. So it's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. So,
and you can call yourself a mega baller, which I just think is I think is the coolest title you can get. Really, what's better than a mega baller?
Ultra mega baller.
Oh, geez.
Super ultra mega baller. Start sounding like Power Rangers characters. But yeah. So, and we again, we will be doing Backer Kit. Backer Kit should be up and ready by the time within 2 weeks. We would love to launch it the day after the Kickstarter ends, but it's not how the campaign works with Kickstarter. Kickstarter holds the money for 2 weeks because they don't charge you on Kickstarter until after the campaign ends. Okay. So just as a reminder, that's how it works. Then after that point, the Backer Kit goes, and Backer Kit will email you once it's live. You fill it out, and at that point, we should have our books in hand. So the instant you fill out and confirm, we can start fulfilling. So we want this to be a fast process because then we can launch immediately our next Kickstarter, and you guys will hopefully it's our goal to reestablish trust on speed on that with you guys. So we appreciate you. I think we've been on here for about an hour, and I want to thank everyone for joining us. Did you have anything else to add, George?
No, not really. Like, just thanks everyone for coming out and showing your support to Absolute Comics Group and Resilient, White Widow. Yeah, I'm super excited to just get these books out there. I think that Resilient issue number 2 is the best thing I've ever written. Like, legit, I've got other series out there. This one I think is probably the best thing I've ever done. So I will be submitting it to more awards, at the end of the year here. And, I think it could be a contender for I don't, that seems a little ballsy on my end, but I know I poured so much of my heart and soul into this second issue. She doesn't get these arms instantly. It's not instant. And I know maybe that's not the best sales tactic, is that she's kicking ass. She's going through some stuff emotionally, and you're going to see that in this issue, and you're going to fall in love with this character because she's so tough. And the Benny had the idea to rename this title. Originally I wanted to call it Resilience and Redemption, and he's like, that's too long, let's go with Resilient. And you know what, Resilient is perfect because that is what this character is. She's a tough girl, and you're gonna see it. And I really hope you guys enjoy this issue. I can't wait for it to be in your hands. So thank you for coming out tonight and showing your support.
We came up with while George was here, a fun little tag for it with, which is a play on the the
The
verbiage
original
from
tagline.
the original tagline from it was all the sultry explosive drama of the Tennessee Williams, blah 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 blah. But I thought it'd be fun instead to change it into something, and I think we hit on something: all the sultry explosive drama of a woman who won't be stopped. And that's the thing, is she is a character who won't be stopped. She's thrown some really devastating things in life, and she doesn't give up. She's resilient. Doesn't mean it's not hard for her. It doesn't mean that um, it's she's not struggling, but it is a testament to her spirit, and that's the thing, is what makes a hero is their heart. I often think about in the first Avenger, Captain America, where they had the fake grenade and threw it on the ground, and scrawny little Steve Rogers jumped on it to save everyone else around. Um, that's when they knew he had the heart of a hero, and that's the thing with her. So um, I think that she's a great character and a great addition to the Absolute Universe. It brings us a more street level type of character, and that is what broadens. If you notice, like across our line, we have everything from science fiction to science fantasy, mythology, straight superhero genre, horror, thriller stuff, uh, um, uh, you know, tech type of stuff, that deals more on the perils of technology and things like that. So this is a great street level, and it is rated R. We should probably um, uh, warn on that. So it's a age 16 plus book. So, but we're at 5,600. So it does continue going up, and we do appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, feel free in the comments on there to ask. We'll do our best to answer quickly. And once again, thanks, guys. So,
Yeah,
all right,
right on. Rock on, man.
all
This is
right,
awesome. This is so much fun. Thanks for having me on the launch, Benny. It's a
no
blast.
problem. All right. Well, that's it for now. We've been at it for about hour and 20 minutes at this point. So, I don't want to keep you guys on for too long, but please share. Please let everyone know there are ways in the Kickstarter to share from there. We can't do this without you guys. You are the backbone of the Absolute Universe. Um, we live or die by what you guys do, and we do not take that for granted. It's a serious responsibility for us. So thank you once again, and good night.